Hello, 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 and welcome to another video. Guess what? We're doing an all signs reading today. So welcome everyone. Everyone's getting a card pulled today. So let's get started. We are looking at the energy of the Jupiter and Uranus conjunction in the sign of Taurus. We're going to be using the Unlocking the Secret Garden Oracle deck. I love these cards. I think they're perfect for spring. And I think we're going to do 4 cards at a time. And I might pull some tarot cards. It might be nice to do maybe 1 or 2 tarot cards and then an oracle card. So let's do our first 4. Aries, Taurus. Interesting. Gemini and Cancer. Ooh. Gemini, Cancer. Cancer got 2 cards. So pull that for them. And then we'll take a look at the oracle. Aries, Taurus. Ooh, that's beautiful. Expectation. Keeper of opportunity. Gemini. Ooh, Keeper of Wonder. That's beautiful as well. And Cancer. Okay, and Keeper of Pleasure. All right. Lots of the Keeper cards came out with this. Okay. As far as the tarot goes for Aries, this energy is giving 6 of Pentacles. There is some evening out of things that needs to happen. There are some spaces where you may have been giving a little bit too much or needing to ask for more and not getting that need met. It is time for you to take a look at what that looks like for you, how it is you need to change those things around. We've had a lot of clearing and cleansing. We've had a lot of emphasis on understanding, especially Aries. You have had a lot of emphasis on being able to understand like what your needs are, what your desires are, what you need to be doing to make those things possible, to make them a lived experience. So in this case, if you've been asking for support, if you find that you're always in this space where you're asking, your hand is always out, this is not the best environment for you. In turn, if you always have people who are coming to you and asking, and you're always having to share, it's again, not the best environment for you, only because you really need to be focusing with Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus on where you find that value and what's expanding there. This Jupiter is going to come in and whatever is present in this space will just be expanded upon. So if you've been releasing and you've been opening up space so that you can find more peace and find more pleasure, find more beauty in your space through your senses, then that's what you're going to get more of. But if you find that you're always sitting there with your hand out or having to give more to others than what you're getting in return, that's what's going to be expanded. You must be able to find a way to balance this energy out. Your oracle card is the expectation number 32. That is the energy of 5. And let's see what that one has to say. Expectation is the root of all heartbreak. Expecting others to perform a certain way so that you can be comfortable or happy is a form of bondage. Your demand holds others hostage and imprisons your own joy. Nothing and no one can release you from the prison but you. Your well-being, satisfaction, peace, and bliss are solidly up to you. That doesn't mean you can't hold others accountable for the mutual agreements both of you make. It means that you can't expect others to behave in any particular way just to make you happy. Happiness is an inside job. If you want to live with its splendors, you must keep the focus inside. Even out that energy, you'll find more happiness, you'll find more balance, Aries. To our Taurus. So for Taurus, this conjunction will be happening in your sign towards the later half. So if you're in the earlier part of Taurus, you may not feel as much of this impact. But then again, Uranus is a huge planet. It impacts a lot of the energies that are happening. And then Jupiter amplifies those things. So again, this will have an impact that kind of ripples across the signs. We have the King of Wands. So this is a accepting of your power, accepting of roles of leadership, accepting your light, accepting your passion, accepting the role that you play. And it really is about kind of embracing that energy. I think of being your true self, Taurus, of really understanding what it is that you provide and how it is that your talents and your gifts, that they are necessary and needed in our world, and that there are probably many times when you find yourself in spaces where you're feeling like, I don't really know why I'm here, or I wish I could be more comfortable. I wish I could find more peace and pleasure in this space. And the ask here is for you to kind of accept that role, kind of accept your light, accept your power, and accept that it is up to you and it is in your power to be able to go in and change things up as needed, to create a new space, to find the places that bring you peace and place yourself there so that you're able to be more comfortable, but you're also able to cut things down when they need to, perform radical change when needed. Because you see the way that things could be better, you see the way that things could be improved, and it doesn't have to be something that is so harsh or something that is so intense. It can be subtle changes that can come in that you'll be able to identify through your ability to just look at, do I feel comfortable here? Do I feel at peace here? And if not, what thing can I change in order to make that happen? So your card is number 2. So go ahead, number 2. The Keeper of Opportunity. There's an old Scottish proverb that goes, what is for ye will not go by ye. This faith is the key to seizing opportunity. When the Keeper of Opportunity visits, you do best to remember that opportunities sometimes make themselves, and sometimes it is our diligence that creates them. Either way, it is best to knock at the door of possibility whenever it shows up. If it doesn't open, it's not your door. You don't have to worry about failure or bad luck. It's either not your time or not your door. Either way, let it go. But when you see the door closed and the window open, dive through. When all the windows are sealed shut but the door opens a smidge, put your foot in and refuse to let it close. The only thing you need to remember is your own bravery. The only promise you need to make is the one that says you refuse to feel shame over things that don't work out. They weren't for you anyway. What brings you peace? What doesn't? Taurus, keep it moving. All right, Gemini. Gemini, you got the King of Swords, which is lovely. That is like a really nice, mature version of yourself. It's spending time in meditation. It's being able to clearly communicate your needs. It's being able to really step into this space of like spiritual enlightenment, of the wise elder, like just really being able to get in touch with that logical, practical side of yourself and really organizing the information that you're taking in. Sometimes Gemini can be a bit scattered, but this energy is seeming to kind of like solidify you. And it's probably really helpful to make those changes and help you kind of get things in order before Jupiter moves into your sign later on this in what's coming up May. In May, Jupiter will be moving into Gemini. So you're going to be experiencing kind of like this similar energy, but not the same at all, because Jupiter will be expanding what is ever present for you in Gemini. And for some of you, you'll have Gemini, you'll have Chiron in Gemini. So there'll be some spaces where some healing needs to happen, or where if you've done a lot of internal healing, that's going to be expanded upon. And so I would really be mindful of being very clear and speaking up and being able to share and state and speak on the things that you're experiencing and what you need it to look like, again, around peace, beauty, stability. So we have the Keeper of Wonder, number 6. 6 is the sign of beauty, the number of beauty. When the Keeper of Wonder prances into your reading, it's time to take your inner 3-year-old out for a play date. Lay on your back in a patch of grass and look skyward to discover cloud-shaped friends floating above you. Sip lemonade through a pink straw and let your tongue dance with the lemons that still dream of Italian orchards. Wander around a craft store for the sheer pleasure of feeling colors and touching shapes. When you receive the wonder in your heart, you are rekindling the very life force that brought you into this world. All passion and presence and awe. This is what you deserve, to stand in your current reality, reveling in the wonder around you and the wonder that is you. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. That is really like embracing the energy of who you are and then prepping yourself, making any changes necessary that need to be happening so that when Jupiter moves into your sign, you're fully able to just expand and grow and just amplify even more of your light and your purpose and your energy. Love that for you, Gemini. Cancers. Okay, Cancer, you got two cards, of course. You got the Magician and you got the Justice. There's a lot going on with Cancer. Cancer, if you are interested, I already did your, well, is it up? No, it'll be up on Monday. So you're reading for the money reading for what's going on for business and things like that, which I kind of put in relation to Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus, will be going up on Monday. And your reading was a little intense, but it was really good. I would definitely take note of the spaces where you need to recognize that, like, you have everything that you already need. You're in complete control of what's going on around you. And if you're not liking the situation, if things are imbalanced, if justice needs to be found, then it is perfectly within your right and within your capability for that to happen, for you to go and put things into motion to see the scales be corrected. Okay. And your card is the Keeper of Pleasure. As Cancer, in this sign, I would definitely also say to be mindful of this idea that, like, you don't deserve these things to happen to you, that you don't deserve the happiness, you don't deserve the peace, that for some reason there's something you would have done that means that people get to treat you poorly. That is not true at all, and is completely within your right to be able to advocate for yourself when necessary, to go after the things that you greatly desire. What you put in is what you're going to get out. That is the Justice card. And so if you are seeking pleasure or interacting with the Keeper of Pleasure, number 8, this is a perfect time to understand that if you focus on that and make that your main focus during this time of releasing the things that cause for you to feel strained, stressed, all of that stuff, and you replace them with the things that create beauty and peace within you, that will just be amplified, and that will be more of what you bring back to yourself. Number 8, the Keeper of Pleasure. Indulging your pleasure is key to unlocking shame. We've been taught to steal our joy like a thief. We sneak chocolate. We steal time for our creative acts. We rarely put play on the calendar the way we do with work. We conduct a lot of our sex in the dark, but acts of pleasure are an essential part of the human experience and deserve to be indulged, honored, prioritized. The Keeper of Pleasure is here to remind you of the poet's derivative. Follow your bliss. It's a means of directing you towards your soul's calling. When you experience pleasure, the kind that opens you up to radiance, you are moving towards your highest self. Whether it's making art, relaxing in nature, picking out a new pair of shoes, eating a cookie, or treating yourself to an orgasm, pleasure expands your well-being, health, and mental clarity. So that's for our first 4 signs. And now we have 8 more to go. So let's set these to the side and let's pull our next cards. I do like when I do these all signs readings to pull out the cards that have already been used, so that way we're working with, just different energy for everyone. Everyone gets their respective cards. So we are moving on to Leo. Leo, wonderful Virgo, great. Of course, Virgos is in reverse. I believe they have in reverse on theirs. Ooh, how interesting, Leo. You also got something towards that. Libra. Oh, Queen of Swords. Hello, Libra. Excitement. And then Scorpio. Scorpio. Eight of Chalices. Okay, love this. This is beautiful energy. Okay, and let's pull your oracle cards. Okay, we got Create for Leos. Love that. Virgos. Keeper of Stories. Ooh. Okay. Libras. Oh, okay, we're not taking all of this. Oh my goodness. Okay. I will not read all of them, but I'll set them out. Libras have a lot going on, apparently. And Scorpio. Oh, no, Scorpio too? Oh my goodness. Okay. A setup, let me tell you. I will read the first one, but I'll put them out. If you want to know more, I'll maybe just glean through it and share a little bit. I'm definitely not going to sit here and read all of this, though. That's ridiculous. Okay. All right, let's see what we get. So, Leos. Oh, you can't see. Can't see y'all's. There we go. Okay. All right, so Leo, you had the Ace of Swords. So, Leos, this is all about speaking up. This is all about new ideas, new perspectives, new ways of communicating, new just involvement with the energy of the swords of logic and communication and education and learning and speaking and connecting and communicating. Like, this is just opening up all kinds of doors for you. It's just opening up and changing the way that you perceive things, the way that you understand things, the perspective in which you look at things. Like, it's just shifting all these things around and opening up all these wonderful doors for you. You got 0, you got 30, which is create. Okay, it is time to dig in, dive deep, create. The key right now is in the creative dream doing. Dance your pain, chant your victories, paint your revelations, sculpt your visions, create a moment with an intimate friend or an immersive experience with a group of kindred spirits. Whatever it is that hums beneath the surface of your everyday awareness is seeking a way into the world. Now is the time to become that way. Don't judge the result. Don't even consider whether or not it's valuable. Just create. The creation itself will reveal your next steps. So this is the starting point. You may be writing, you may be working on a play, you may be working on a movie, you may be getting into public speaking, you may be starting to meditate or journaling or something like that. Whatever it is that brings you peace of mind, do it. That's for my Leos. For Virgos, you got the 7 of Chalices in reverse. This is time to get real, which, you love. You are also getting that trine energy from this conjunction from Taurus. And so this is a time of, maybe there were some cups you picked up that you're ready to put back, but maybe it's time for you to really understand that to see this through, you have to pick a cup and you have to follow through with it. You have to see it all the way to the end. And if you've been sitting too long in a space where you're realizing that it's not the space for you, but for some reason you just won't leave, it may be time to start asking yourself why. And is there anything really left there for me? Especially if you do not find peace and joy in this situation. So you got number 1, the Keeper of Stories. When the Keeper of Stories shows up in your reading, she's here to remind you that you are yourself a keeper of stories made in her image. Your life is made of stories. Which ones are you currently listening to? Is it time to reawaken your sense of wonder with a fairy tale? Embark on a new adventure story? Stop rereading the horror stories you've lived. A popular spiritual advisor is fond of asking, who would you be without that story? Perhaps it's time to consider telling a new empowerment story, even if you haven't lived it yet. Stories have power. Choose carefully which ones you collect and retell and which ones would be best left on the shelf. Which of your cups do you just maybe need to let go and leave there? All right, Libras, you got the Queen of Swords. Lovely. You're in your energy. You're doing your thing. You are having really good boundaries. You are stepping into a role of authoritative speaking up, advocacy. This is leader, CEO. This is sorceress energy. This is very much an individual who is able to go in, make plans, discuss things, see the logic, see the next steps, and being able to display that, especially when it comes to where it is you want to see yourself go next in the world. We have 20, which is perceived. This is the one that I'll read the full one of. The rest of them, I'll do a quick little skim. Receiving is an act of empowerment, though it can make you feel vulnerable, awkward, and indebted. As long as we define ourselves and our value by how much we give and what we can accomplish, we're off balance. Half our life is meant to be lived in receptivity, like breathe in and breathe out. We're busy producing all the time, which is the equivalent of exhaling all day without taking a breath in, and wonder why we're so exhausted. Breathe in, receive. Go one step further and declare your needs. Be willing to take in the same way you give out so that the breath of your life, your very vitality, can circulate in its natural rhythms. Oh, you got 2021 and then 20. Okay, contradiction. So saying that conflict is okay, both are necessary. As long as you condemn the ugly mishaps, selfish, angry, petty, unruly, or contradictory parts of yourself, you remain in inner conflict and will have one hell of a time reconciling with anyone or anything in your world. Reconciliation requires self-compassion, tolerance, forgiveness, and understanding. So this is a part of shadow work. This is saying that it's time for you to be open to receiving and not only giving. It is time to make peace within yourself and do some deep shadow work. And it is time for you to kind of embrace that shadow within yourself that doesn't speak up, doesn't advocate for yourself. It's to be that Queen of Swords energy. In this space, this conjunction is showing you where it is that you may need to speak up more, to advocate for yourself more, to find and create peace for yourself more. 27 is transformation. This is like a full-on, just like death, birth, rebirth situation. The old skin doesn't serve you. It's why your body sheds skin cells daily. Transformation is the key to regeneration. When your energy runs low or you feel stagnant, fenced in, or stuck in the pattern, look to your thoughts and beliefs. What needs to die so that creativity can live? Clinging to the ways that things used to be can be killing you in the name of comfort and security. This is a time of change. It's a time for transformation. It's a time for embracing that inner self. Kill off the old version of you that no longer feels true. Bury your dead and rise again, sister. This is beautiful, Libras. And this is really indicative of the energy that is present within Aries, and how that is creating that opposition about getting very true with yourself. And then jumping over to Taurus, your sister sign, who is going through this conjunction, is really impressing upon us the value and the importance of what we value and how we find peace within our lives. It's time to speak up and do some deep work, Libra. Libra, you also have a video that's up that's already been up. It came out yesterday, so check that one out. Then we have Scorpios. Scorpios have 8 of chalices. So Scorpios, you may be in a space where you're finding that it's time for you to move on from a situation, especially one that you may have been very emotionally invested in. As I always say, 8 of chalices is not about it being a negative situation or a bad situation. It's really just that this situation was like settling. It just wasn't exactly what you wanted. It's not your 10. And you should never stay in a situation that's not fully what you want. It may have served you for some time. It may have served a purpose, but now that time has come to an end and it's time for you to move on to more happiness, more joy, more fulfillment. So this is a time of releasing and letting go. The conjunction is happening in your opposing sign of Taurus. So this is a time where you're feeling that pull. And while others may be seeing that expansion of they've already let some things go and released them. And so the things that they've brought in that have brought them that peace and that value and that groundedness of Taurus energy, you may be going through that releasing and letting go, and recognizing that the environment that you're in, the people that you're around, things of that situation, especially stuff that you're very emotionally attached to and might be holding on to deep within those Scorpio waters, is not really serving you, and it's time to let that go. You get curiosity. Then you got retreat. So this is interesting. I went 2021, 27, 19, 18, 13. So this is an interesting way these have kind of played out for these last ones. What is life asking you to become right now? What else might you be? Your curiosity is the key to new growth. Lots of times we get we greet stress, trauma, or change with why me or why now? But why not you and why not now? You're being invited into the next incarnation of vitality in your life. And this current moment is a gateway. The person you're becoming is beckoning you forward. Banish thoughts of judgment or criticism. Allow your curiosity to take the lead. What might your next chapter look like if you embrace this change? Maybe you'll skip the chapter and start a whole new book. One thing is certain. The woman you are becoming, says the woman, but the person you are becoming will cost you comfort, security, friends, relationships, money, and energy. Choose yourself over everything. Time to walk away from those situations. We got retreat, which is saying to pull back, refocus your energy, honor the sacred pause. When it's time for action, you'll know the hard shell of protection can surround you while waiting for the next right action to arise itself. You don't have to do anything but breathe. Yeah, it's definitely a time of moving on, and it might feel a little rough. You got reciprocity. It might seem counterintuitive, but healthy interdependence is a superpower. You may have been taught not to speak your needs, not to be emotive or vulnerable. Look at what an unhealthy society and unhealthy psyche that creates. It's about learning to be able to speak your needs, to reach out to others, and to have those needs be met. And I think that's really important, especially if you're in a connection right now, Scorpios, where that is not happening. Then there is no reason for you to stay in that connection, because it's not actually giving you the emotional fulfillment and security that you desire. It just may be reiterating a past circumstance that showed you that perhaps you have to settle for just taking what you can get, or for you constantly being the one who holds all that emotional energy and all of that like work of that deep emotional space. But like, that's not fair. Okay, let's take a look at our last four. We're starting off with our Sagittarius. So what's Sagittarius card? Ooh, I know that one. That's a King of Pentacles. You're doing good, Sagittarius. I love this for you. Capricorn, Knave of Wands, getting some of that fire back. Fantastic. Aquarius, Chariot. You might be moving. This is that Cancer energy. And Pisces. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Good energy. And let's pull for our last final oracle cards. Hopefully they will act right and not give me a whole bunch of cards. Sagittarius. Okay, there's Sagittarius card. Oh, this was the card of the day for today. Embodiment. I love that. That's very King of Pentacles. And it's very Taurian energy, so this is very nice for you. Capricorn. Capricorn, you'll also be experiencing that nice trine energy for this conjunction. Capricorn, you don't want to have an oracle card? Interesting. We might come back to Capricorn. Let's do Aquarius and see if Aquarius will come out. Oh, there's Aquarius. Risk. All right, Capricorn, are you ready now? Oh no, Capricorn is not feeling very happy with getting their oracle card. Oh, gotcha. Self-trust. Alrighty. For Capricorns. And lastly, Pisces. Their Pisces oracle. Alright. Wish. Oh, I love that. And it's beautiful. Okay. So, Sagittarius. King of Pentacles, mastering the energy of Pentacles, mastering the energy of the physical world, of the tangible reality, of making your dreams and wishes come true, of being able to be prosperous, and of understanding how to work with the energies of the earth. It's beautiful energy. And it's definitely a space of good expansive expansion energy for you. You got embodiment, number 16, that adds up to 7. So there's a little bit of exploratory energy with that. Oh, 16. Your body is the sacred companion that never leaves you during your journey as a human. She is kind enough to let us know when things aren't working. She is always working on your behalf to restore, heal, and create the balance that allows you to fully participate in this life. That kind of loyalty deserves devotion, not diminishment. Loving her with devotion is the key to wellness. Shed the weight of others' expectations. Trim down the thoughts of too much and not enough. Awaken the magic of unabashed self-approval and watch how its radiant self-esteem wafts out into the world. Passing on permission for others to feel the same about the unique shape of their own sacred body companion. Pentacles is also about the body, so there may be some things around self-worth, about loving your physical form, around how your physical form supports your ability to be abundant and to tap into this energy of beauty, of peace, and of stability, and really taking that into account, Sagittarius. All right, Capricorns, we have the Knave of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. So this is kind of new fiery energy for you, a new maybe space where you're like, okay, like I'm going to tap into my passions. I think you've been a little, well, I say a little, I think you've been very uncomfortable for probably the first half of the year. That Aries energy has probably just pushed you to try to find any form of grounding that you can. And it's more than likely you've just been focused on work and staying quiet, kind of avoiding the spotlight, and really getting into things because you've been having that pull to recenter yourself. And I don't think Capricorn struggles as much with that as Cancer would. But you could sometimes lean into a little bit of a sacrificial energy when it comes to that understanding of what it is that you should be doing. So right now you may be finding yourself coming back into a space of your creativity, coming back into a space of your sexual energy, coming back into a space of feeling alive and feeling excited about what it is you're pursuing. And as your next card is self-trust, it's about trusting yourself. Let's see what your card says. Now is not the time to question anyone or anything outside of you. Unlocking this moment happens with the key of self-trust, which requires introspection. What kind of a parent are you to your precious inner child? What kind of a lover are you towards your soul? Are you your own best friend, cheerleader, caregiver? The only way we develop self-trust is to endeavor to love and serve the life force within us. Yet we've suffered many blows to our own self-directed esteem, compassion, and forgiveness. This situation asks you to be the friend to yourself that you would be to the one you love most. It asks you to become the one you love the most. That's not selfish. That's being loyal to the gift the great giver has bestowed upon you. I love that for you, Capricorn. Okay, it took a while to get your card out, but we got it, and that's all that matters. Okay, so our next card is Chariot, and that is for Aquarius. So Aquarius, you may be making big moves. You may be finding yourself very much so in a different space. You do have Pluto that's been, playing back and forth with like the first couple of degrees of your sign. It will be going retrograde back into Capricorn later on this year. So you've been going through quite a bit with that. You've been feeling anything that's going through Leo, including the Venus retrograde that happened last summer. You've been feeling that opposition to that energy. And as a fixed sign, this means you're also feeling the squares to anything that's been going on within Scorpio and Taurus, including this conjunction. So this conjunction for those with later degrees within the sign of Aquarius may feel very straining, very tense to you, but it is seeming to want to move you out of the space you've been in and really say that the environment you've been in, perhaps the community, the family, the whatever, the company is not the best fit for you. And it's time for you to go ahead and take a risk, take a jump, take a leap of faith, do the thing that you feel that when you do this, when you take that action, you will find peace within your body, peace within your soul, peace within yourself, peace within your mind. Okay? Oh, and it's number 11. Risk. This isn't the time to be conservative. And as Saturn being your native ruler, with Uranus being your current ruler, your modern ruler, you may be definitely feeling that pull between those two signs of conserving the energy, conserving what was, conserving the systems, and trying to see if you can find ways to fix them from what's already here, or that Uranus transformative energy, that radical strike of lightning energy that kind of just burns everything to the ground. You may have been feeling the tension, the pull between those two things, and wherever you're at on that Jupiter energy is going to come in and just expand it. It's seeming like the risk energy, the revolution energy, the transformation energy is feeling very active for you. Taking a risk is the key to the situation. You may feel vulnerable or overwhelmed, but this is what it takes for you to move forward. If you fail, that's actually a win because you'll gain valuable information as you sift through what you don't want in search of what you want. Feel free to ask yourself, what's the best thing that could possibly happen? Don't be shy with your imagination. Let your reservations go. Put your brave boots on. Take that risk. You are worth every good and lovely thing, and all the right ones are waiting for you. Be the one who decides to go for it. Love that for you. And lastly, we have Pisces at the Knight of Pentacles. So there's some things that you're going to be investing in, whether this is investing in your health, in your business, your money, your finances, your house, whatever it is, you're going to be making some tangible movements to invest in these areas. And you're going to find this to be something that you're very excited about. It's very much so giving that, okay, I need to be planting the seeds for the things that I desire and the things that I want. I need to be actively going after after these things. This is not a time to be passive. You have had Saturn moving through your sign, Pisces, so it's really been pushing to make these dreams come true. The things that it is that you actually want to happen, how you want to see your life evolve, or how you want your life to look. It is time to actually put those things into place. We have number 29, which adds up to number 11 as your card, which is wish. Remember when you were thrilled to pick a dandelion and make a wish, sending the seeds of that wish all over the yard? Wishing is a vital part of the creative process and the key to making dreams come true. Saturn and Pisces. Don't let yourself get jaded from not having. Don't shrink for a world that tells you to work hard, be practical, and keep your expectations low. Only by allowing yourself to wish with a full heart can you send the seeds of your dream out into the world's yard where they may take root. Now follow them on the breeze and tend those dream flowers. Your passion and willingness to dream and do creates new gardens for the world and your soul. All right, so that is the reading for all signs for the Uranus and Jupiter conjunction in Taurus. I love you all. If you would like a personal reading, to work with me one-on-one, to do some of this shadow work, some of this deep introspective work, or if you would like to see how your specific transits are being impacted by how these transits are specifically impacting your personal planets, your planets in your natal chart, I do have a transit special going on right now for a transit report, and you can go and order that on www.theblissinstitute.org. I love you all. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.